cardinal thing. This a cardinal thing. It up and meet a this a girl. This a girl can cool like a cardigan.
So my name is Chuks Ineh and I'm very lucky to run into Bee Arthur. Hi Bee Arthur, how are you doing?
Pleasure.
You know, Bee Arthur, you were selected to come and recite a poem here today.
Yes.
How was it like?
It was beautiful. First of all, it's a new discovery for me because I didn't know this poem.
Okay.
Secondly, it's a very short poem, but it's very poignant and I don't know, I felt it. I think it's important, you know, considering that I had not read this poem, I hadn't prepared for this.
Okay.
In fact, it was.
Were you given enough notice?
No, actually, I was given to me probably like 10 minutes before I went to read it. So, I mean, I went to read it on stage. So I took my time. I just took 5 minutes. I read it. I had to understand it. I had to feel the poem. So, I mean, I totally enjoyed those 5 minutes of reciting that poem or reading it.
Now, the other thing is that you're a fashion designer, known in Ghana and all over the world. And now you're shifting into writing. Are you a writer?
I'm not shifting, and then I think that people have this misguided perception about literature and fashion, and they think that they're two separate universes. We are all creatives. We all come under the umbrella of the arts. So first of all, you know, that's number one. And secondly, I don't see why a person cannot be a poet and a writer and a fashion designer and even an engineer. You know what I mean? It's not like you have to be a one-dimensional person. You can. I know a lot of people who in their private time dabble in poetry. Some of them are architects, some of them are doctors. So, you know, we have multifaceted personalities and multi-dimensional capacities as human beings. So you don't need to sort of limit us to just one thing. And as I said, literary people, authors, poets, they're all artists.
So that was why it was easy for you to accept this assignment today.
Well, first of all, even if I were not a fashion designer, I do happen to love books. I read. I grew up in a family where reading was highly encouraged. In fact, nobody had to tell you to read. Your father's reading, your older sister's reading, your mother's reading. You very naturally take to reading. There are always books in the house, you know. So, you know, for me, it's like my second nature. So
that's nice.
I love reading very much. The kind of literature I have liked to read probably has evolved over the years, which makes sense. You know, one time I liked detective stories, and I like science fiction. At one time, I even liked like supernatural kind of stuff. You know, so as you grow older, your interest maybe changes. You know, you refocus on certain things. So I passed the Mills and Boon stage by the time I was 15, and I never touched, you know, a book like that, you know, today. So now I'm looking more at books about African art. So I'm also reading some interesting books about slavery, you know, but told from a completely different perspective. So, you know.
Can I ask you a question? Yesterday I met some Lebanese guys at Electroland, and I wanted to know how long the Lebanese guys have been in Ghana. You know, they are peaceful people, they are hardworking, they are successful people.
Absolutely.
You know, do you know anything about their history? Have you read anything about them?
I do not know. It would be wrong of me to give you anything very precise, but from the little that I've heard from my friends, some were actually on boats bound to Brazil. Yes, and they rather probably, I don't know, due to the currents or something, or for whichever reasons, ended up on our coasts, and they settled. They were welcomed by the natives. They settled. Some married indigenous ladies. I know a lot of families along the coast, especially in the central region. And so they settled, they married, they started up businesses. So you have like, I don't know, third, fourth, fifth generation Lebanese people, a lot of whom actually speak the native language, eat the native food. And when Black Stars are playing, you see them, you know, supporting like any regular, they actually feel very Ghanaian because many of them were born and bred here. So they've been with us for a long time. As to a specific date, I'm not in the capacity to give you that kind of information.
Thank you so much. I didn't intend to waste a lot of your time. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. Remember, you are watching Bee Arthur. She's an international designer, known in Ghana, known all over the world. So keep watching what she does.
Thank you, Bee Arthur. Say bye and read a book.
Yeah.
Bye. Pleasure.
Peter Pan, this a girl. This a girl can cool like a cardigan. Peter Pan, this a girl. This a girl can cool like a cardigan. Peter Pan, this a girl. This a girl can cool like a cardigan. This a girl make a feel like a Peter Pan. Me a get a hitty like a boy cardigan. This a girl show me love before me love me never see. For the winter but me feel like a the Hamilton. This a girl make a feel like a Peter Pan. Me a get a hitty like a boy cardigan. This a girl show me love before me love me never.